Hey, witches!
Hi, hello, and welcome back to another episode.
What the fuck just happened?
My CBD drink is settling in. Not
Oh,
CBD, my
okay.
D9 seltzer is settling in.
Because Emily just went like hick Australian. Like I'm not really sure what happened.
I was looking at our YouTube channel because I was getting ready to upload a video, and somebody just followed us, and it's somebody who's a part of the show that I'm a part of. He's
Yeah.
he's in the show, and I was like, and he's British. And I was thinking about his British accent, and then
That hick
yeah.
Australian came out somehow.
Which, speaking of that, I posted this to social media, but if anyone is interested in a pretty cool new horror podcast, it's not a podcast that where people talk about something horrific that happened. It's not a true crime. It is a story based around a detective who ends up in hell and becomes a demon hunter. And it's kind of like, why is he there? What's his plan? Who are all these people that are involved, and why are they here, there, and everywhere? And you meet a bunch of different people in hell, and yeah, so it's like this big, huge, fun story, and I am a character in it. Um, and I have a yay. I have a sneak peek in episode 4, and episode 5 airs. When does this air? Episode. Sorry, we scheduled these in advance, and apparently, this is going to air after. So episode 5 aired June 12th. Um, so yeah, that's when my character makes her debut. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty good. Episodes 1 through 4 are available now. I was listening to it, and I was like, I know I have the scripts, I could literally read them and know what fucking happens, but I'm still sitting there listening like and it's
You
pretty
didn't
cool.
say what it's called.
Oh, dang it. Listen, if I ever get rich and famous, have you there's a person, she went on Graham Norton, and her name's Olivia. Fuck, what's her name? Olivia. She's a British actress. Uh, Cook. No, no, I don't know. Fuck, I don't remember. Hold on. If I type in Graham Norton, it'll pop up. Maybe. Please. Coleman. Olivia Coleman. She is a British actress. She filmed a movie, and then like a year and a half later she goes on to this talk show to talk about the show, to promote it, and then she completely forgot what it was about. She completely forgot about her character because it's been a year and a half. She's already on to other projects, and she's like,
Have you seen the interview with Anna Kendrick where somebody asked her about Twilight and she's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I was in that."
yeah,
Like,
well,
what?
and yeah, that's the thing. Anyways, god damn it. Anyways, it's called Leo Brawn. Leobrawn. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's on Buzzsprout. You can find it on IMDb. It is basically a former homicide detective killed in the line of duty turned demon hunter from hell. Um, so yeah, it's pretty good. The episodes are shorter too, so it's like if you have like a 20 or so minute commute, then you can go ahead and like listen to like that episode on the way in, or if you're just chilling at home. It's a story,
Nice.
but But yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's pretty good. I was listening to it like, but yeah, there's like people from all over that like we do one table read. We record ourselves, we send it into one person, and then he mixes it all up and then uploads it to the podcast stream, everything, and then he releases it. There's merch. If you want to merch, there's merch.
Ooh.
We have a Patreon. I don't know what that is. It's a very long thing.
It's probably on
Um,
your Buzzsprout.
yeah, it definitely is. Oh, if you just type in Leo Brawn Patreon, it's the first one that pops up.
There you go.
Fun fact. So, anyways, if you type that in, it'll take you to it. See, I am not a very good promoter, apparently. I was like, I can promote this. No. But you can join for just $5 a month and you get access to all the ad-free content. You get member shout outs. You get behind the scenes content, exclusive content, all of that cool stuff. But you can also get a mug if you like coffee, tea, whatever. Drink it while you're reading your book. They have the Obsidian Recovery Agent mugs for you to drink from.
Okay.
Fun facts. Okay. Anyways, on to
So go
cancer.
listen to that. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we're talking about cancer today. It's cancer season. And I went ahead and did this one because first of all, it's my turn. No, I'm not. Second of all, two of my best friends, not Emily, are cancers.
I do not act like a cancer.
No, not at all.
I wonder if I have cancer in my.
In fact, I don't even think that you, not that you don't get along with these people, but you aren't friends with either of these people, but you know them both.
Who are they?
Kara and Kayla.
Yeah.
But the dates for cancer are June 21st to July 22nd. So it's by the time this airs, it's about the beginning of cancer season, right? Not quite. We're
Cancer in Mars.
a little early. Cancer symbol is the crab. And shocking, the crab is a water sign. It's actually a cardinal water sign with the ruling planet of the moon. So we already have spoken, I'm sure, at some point on this podcast about how we're like 70% water. And if the moon affects the tide so highly, why wouldn't we think the moon affects us? So then throw in the fact that you're a Cancer who's ruled by the moon and you're just fucked, okay? Like, just completely fucked. It's just wild. It's the ruler of the fourth house.
Wait, what's the fourth
Its
house?
mantra is home, I think. Yeah, home.
Its
The
mantra
mantra,
is the fourth house?
it's the ruler of the fourth house.
Oh. I thought you were like, its ruler is the fourth house. And I was like, oh, what's the fourth house?
No. It's the ruler of the fourth
I know,
house.
what the fuck do you mean?
Um,
Sorry.
the, the mantra is I feel. Body part is the stomach, brain, and breasts.
Yo, I like their mantra. I feel
It's very appropriate too. Like
it's
cancers are
really
super fucking emotional people.
it's so
Like
funny you say that because and I'm laughing because I have cancer in my Mars and it says Mars is a planet of aggression. It determines how you assert yourself, take action, and the energy that surrounds you, particularly in your sex life, your ambitiousness, and when you're angry. Your Mars is in Cancer, meaning you assert yourself in a way that is emotional and somewhat passive aggressive, and you push things forward only when you feel safe and secure. And it's in your sixth house, meaning you put a lot of energy into it.
yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Hey.
The colors are
So
silver
funny.
and
I
white,
feel.
and the tarot card is the Chariot, which we'll get more into that in a minute. Characteristics of a Cancer is it's all about home because it's um, the
Cozy.
fourth house. So those people who are Cancers, and even Cancer moons are also going to have, they're like, they put down roots and they like the comforts of home and family. They tend to be maternal. They like to nurture others. They are the mom friend. Um,
I can see that in Kayla and
yeah,
Kara. I can see that.
very much so.
Yeah.
They want to have a big family. Kayla has a big family. Kara wants to have a big family. Like and I feel like they both have big chosen families as well.
Hmm.
Um, and they're only happy when their home life is harmonious. So like if things are not good at home, then their things are not good anywhere. They're also big on like traditions, like holiday traditions, family traditions, and like nostalgia kind of things. Because they are also, so the fourth house is also memory, home and memory. Um,
That makes sense with nostalgia.
yeah. And they are very emotional. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Blah 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 blah. It also randomly said they tend to be patriotic, waving the flag whenever possible, which I thought was really fucking random and weird. But I wrote it in there because I thought it
I
was kind of funny.
I feel like with, and maybe this is just because of what I know of Kara and Kayla, but I feel like those two are very much so not necessarily waving their country like the like that kind of flag, but like waving what they believe in kind of flag.
Yeah, that makes sense for them. That is valid. Um, their planetary rulers. I mean, their ruling planet is the moon. Um, it was thought to be the protector of the earth classically, um, which is very much Cancer energy. Um, the blah 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 blah. Um, also, regardless of their gender or the gender identity, people who have their moon in Cancer are going to be very maternal, protective, psychic energy type people. Um, just yeah,
Very in tuned with things,
yeah.
basically.
Um, Cancer is the fourth house of um, ancestry, roots, memory, and home. Um, because and it's perfect. Like that's a perfect alignment. Cancer's personalities. They tend to be feminine or have yin qualities, um, making them. They tend to look inward more than outward, which also, um, if you know much about tarot, like the Moon Tarot card, which is not the card associated with Cancer, but it's still that's very much what that card is about too, being introspective. Um, they're going to be sensitive, intuitive, protective. We kind of already talked about that. As a cardinal sign, they're going to take on um, not necessarily a leadership role in work, but a leadership role in family or friend groups. They're going to be the hostess or the host a lot. Um, and they're going to like doing that. Um, They're kind and giving and sympathetic, and they can often sense like what other needs. They're very empathic, um, and usually they can tell what other people need before they say it. Like they don't need you to tell them; they already know. Uh, they're also going to be those people that you feel like you've met before. So a lot of the time, um, especially with people who have cancer as their ascendant, you're going to feel like you've met them before because um because of their like nurturing nature. You're going to automatically feel at home with them. You're not going to you're going to feel like you've known them for a while or known them before. Um they're very loyal people once you get into their inner circle. They're very loyal people and they're going to be there for life. They also like will go to bat for you. Like they're going to fight for their family, they're going to fight for their people. Um and they're good at boundaries, which is not always true. I feel sometimes it takes time to get those boundaries in place even for a cancer. Um their weaknesses are also like they're kind of like a dichotomy with their strengths. So like their first weakness is that they become emotionally connected to their space and their belongings. So it's hard for them to let go of things. Um, and sometimes they can become codependent because they want to be needed. So they make like a codependent kind of relationship where, yeah, like they depend on someone needing them and that person depends on them taking care of them and it just becomes kind of toxic. Um, they can be easily taken advantage of because they do naturally trust and take care of people, and they easily absorb toxic energies because they are caretakers. So they kind of take on other people's trauma, um, and they need to work on what like energy protection, I guess, for lack of a better term. Um, they can come across as bossy or smothering and sometimes even manipulative, um, because they try hard to control their environment and keep it a certain kind of way. Um, and so that can come across in a negative way. So, as far as their career goes, they, I mean, there are some really obvious ones, right? Like anything in healthcare, um, or
I feel like anything kind of
teaching.
like nurturing.
Yeah, anything in healthcare, anything in like old people. What is it? Nursing homes, like nursing homes or
Long term care.
long term care, daycares, hospice. Those are all going to be um like the kind of things that they're good at. Um, they also ironically tend to be good like managers, specifically managers of like hotels or landlords, property managers, those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's the healthcare, teaching, authors and illustrators, um, the mental health field, therapists and counselors. Um, Sometimes with cancers that are more in tune with their psychic abilities, because they tend to have higher ones, um, they can be good mediums or psychics. It just depends on how open they are to those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says managing a restaurant, but I tend to feel that it would be more like being the chef of a kitchen that would be their vibe. But then we come to compatibility. Okay, compatibility. Fire signs are going to be the hardest for Cancer to relate to. Um, Aries is going to be brash and headstrong. And with both Aries and Cancer being cardinal signs, they're going to like fight for leadership and control of their environment. Um, and Aries can be brash and impatient and harsh. And Cancer, having a long memory, is going to hold a grudge. So they're never going to forget those words. Um, Sagittarius and Cancer, um, they have nothing modally or elementally in common. So they're very like not alike. um, and there's kind of too much set against that pairing for it to really work. Cancer is sentimental, home based. Sagittarius is restless and like moving. Um, so they're not gonna they're not gonna agree on how they want to spend their time. Um, and Sagittarius is also very like brutally honest, and um, Cancer is more of a caretaker and people pleaser, so they're not gonna get along there. Leo and Cancer um, could be passionate at first, being like an opposites attract kind of connection, but it's not going to be a long term, it's not going to work long term. Air signs are going to be like a breath of fresh air for Cancers, but Cancer is going to find the air signs a little bit too impulsive and what's the word? Spontaneous.
Oh,
I kept wanting to say sporadic, and I was like, that's not the right word. Spontaneous for them to like depend on them. Gemini and Cancer are not a good match. Gemini is very social. Cancer is rather private. Um, and they can't they have different rhythms. They have different beats to their lives. Libra and Cancer is going to be the best match of the air signs. They they both like nice things, but they don't. Cancer's more moodier and Libra is more upbeat, so they're gonna have like I don't know different waves. It's just not gonna quite work. Aquarius and Cancer is a challenging match. Cancer being ruled by the nurturing moon, Aquarius is ruled by the stern and remote Saturn. Um, Aquarius might benefit from the Cancer's attention and care, but it's not going to be natural for them to reciprocate that. Um, so without like conscious, intentional work towards making sure you're both giving each other what you need, it's not going to be a successful relationship. Cancer is a water sign, so it's obviously going to probably go well with other water signs. Cancer with Cancer is a natural pairing. It works well. The main thing that might be a problem is that they're too much alike and they might like have power struggles. Pisces and Cancer is a good match. They're going to collaborate easily. They're both intuitive, so they're going to intuit what each other needs, and they're going to be able to give each other their privacy as needed. Scorpio and Cancer is also going to be a really good match because Scorpios are like moody, right? And they're going to go well with a Cancer who is able to like intuit when they need that time alone and when they need like what they need. However, Scorpio is also a little I don't even know how to say it. Like Scorpio is very sex forward, very sex positive, very um sexual. And Cancer is a little more shy, which could cause issues. Cancer and Capricorns are going to be opposites, but they are still a good match. They have an opposites attract connection that can either be perfect or horrendous. Um, it's the Capricorn and Cancer match is very much what you see when like someone in the movies when someone's like married to their work and their spouse is over here like meh, 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 meh. The Capricorn is the one married to their work and the Cancer is the other one. But it can work if they're able to balance each other out. Cancer and Virgo can be a strong match. They're very similar. They're going to be better at like a coworker relationship though, because Virgo has that like detail and structure, and Cancer has the like I don't know nurturing and generosity, and they can go well together. Cancer and Taurus have a lot in common, and they will especially connect over enjoyment of fine food, wine, and sensual pleasures. Um, Taurus will draw out the homebody Cancer, um, and Cancer appreciates that the Taurus is supportive and dependable.
For the Taurus that I know is kind of a homebody.
I truly am, but like when I'm a homebody, I can be a homebody at Kayla's house. Like what happens the most often is I will either go to Kayla's house or she will come here and we will sit on the couch and binge watch a TV show or not, just have it on in the background really, and eat food and talk
I'm
at home.
not gonna lie, that is my biggest like sadness about like moving away.
Yeah.
Because Chloe would do that all the time. Like she would just be like, "Hey, I want to hang out." All right, you coming?
Yeah.
Yep, I'll be over there in a second. Okay.
Yeah. And we used to be able to do this in person and like
Yeah, and
hang
like
out.
hang out and talk and
Yeah.
actually see each other.
Yeah. I could see you right now, bitch.
In person, you asshole.
my
In
gosh.
person, not 12 hours away.
Literally. That's why we're having a road trip when we come visit. We're gonna
Yeah.
stop halfway.
My boss was like, you do realize that you get this time off and it doesn't roll over. So if you don't use it, you lose it. So whenever you get to use it, you better fucking use it. I'm like, okay. And she goes, I said what I said.
Okay, I hear you. Oh my gosh. Um, Cancer, health. Um, they are a water sign, so they are phlegmatic temperament, which is just gross. Phlegmatic, phlegm, gross mouth noises. Um, so, um, just gross. They tend to be a source of imbalance, so they can have sinus infections, overproduction of phlegm
Same.
and nastiness. Girl, all the time, but whatever. um, they also have mood swings, and their mood swings, I mean, just like
Same.
anybody's, but like they affect them
Same.
physically. Um,
No, not me. Uh, I just have periods that give me mood swings. Thank you. Have a great day.
um, oh, and cancers are going to sleep a lot because they need to recharge. I don't know. As we say every time in classical astrological medicine, the entire zodiac was mapped out on the human body. Cancer ruled over the stomach, brain tissue, and breasts. Um, so most moist and fatty tissues are going to be connected to cancer. Um, and organs that provide or absorb nourishment because, the whole maternal thing. So that's why the breasts, because they nourish their children, and the stomach, because that's where your nourishment comes to. I don't know. Anyway, um, Mercury and the moon rule over the brain. Um, and that's, I mean, why cancer? That, and because of the cancer's connection to memory. Um, and it's going to be good for cancers to eat well, if that makes sense. Like not eating lots of fatty, gross, unhealthy foods, because those are going to make them sluggish and a hot mess. Um, the tarot cards. The Chariot is number 7. It's a balanced and benevolent warrior riding off on a journey or battle. Um, it's a peaceful warrior. They're emotive, intuitive, and a powerful protector and defender of the weak and vulnerable. Um, and that card also kind of echoes the other 4 cardinal cards. It's like a mirror of the love and emotional balance of the Lovers card, the Judgment of the Justice card, and it's the opposite of the Devil card. If Cancer is your rising sign, meaning it was a zodiac that was on the eastern horizon at the time of your birth, you're ruled by water, and your ruling planet is the moon, which is the planet of deep emotions, intuition, fertility, and childbirth. So if Cancer is your rising sign, a lot of what we've talked about today is going to be prominent for you. And then the fun part is the celebrities. There are a lot of celebrities that I really, really like on this list, and I think that's hilarious. Um, and the more that I learn about astrology, the more I'm like, yeah, that's valid. So Chris Pratt, is a Cancer. Meryl Streep,
Oh, adore her.
right? Cyndi Lauper, Solange
Mm,
Knowles, Mindy Kaling, who honestly, have you
she's
read Mindy
hilarious.
Kaling's books? Okay.
No,
um, Mindy Kaling,
no.
like I want to be best friends with Mindy Kaling and Anna Kendrick. Like I just feel like they're fucking hilarious. We have the same kind of humor. Like I just want to be their best friends. So the fact that she was on here was very interesting to me. Ariana Grande, Khloe Kardashian, Missy Elliott, Princess Diana, Margot Robbie.
R.I.P. Oh, I love Margot.
I do too. I actually have a comment about Margot Robbie here in a moment. Post Malone, Kevin Hart, Tia and Tamara Mowry, Tom Hanks, Malala, Priyanka
Who?
Chopra, Malala.
I'll look that up. Go ahead.
You don't know who Malala is?
I might recognize the face. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, you know who that is. Priyanka Chopra, Vin Diesel, Kristen Bell. I love Kristen Bell. Sandra Oh, love Sandra
Do you
Oh.
wanna build a snowman?
Robin Williams and Selena Gomez. Um,
Oh, I love Selena. This is her music.
um, story about Margot Robbie. It's not actually about Margot Robbie. It's about Margot Robbie characters. I don't know if you've checked your TikToks recently, but I think I sent it to you. I definitely sent it to Brittany. Yeah, that face tells me you haven't. Um,
I was gonna do that during lunch today, but the video I sent you will explain why I didn't watch the TikToks.
okay. Um, Margot Robbie played Barbie in the Barbie movie.
Hmm.
And so the beginning of the TikTok, it says, "When people meet me." And it's Margot Robbie as Barbie, where she's like jumping off the roof and she's like, ah, hello, hello. And she's all like, yeah. And then, and it's got a song in the background. I can't remember what song it is right now. But then it switches to Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. And it's like, once you get to know me. And I'm like, oh, oh, there I am. There I am. Because I feel like people meet me and they're always like, oh, you're so sweet and innocent and like just cute little button person. And then they get to know me and they're like, oh shit. You're mentally ill. Do you need help?
So funny you say that because I was sitting at my desk and my boss was in her office and we were talking about the HR person that interviewed me. Because I went through like 5, 6 interviews before I got the position, and I was like, does that saying something about me? Um, but somebody from corporate called and gave me an interview, and I guess she told my boss that um oh, she's really sweet. She's really nice. I think she's gonna be great. And my boss was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to fucking break her of that." And then and then my boss was like, "Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to break you of that." And I was like, "I was interviewing. Of course I have to be nice.
Right? Right?
I
Like,
have who do you think I am? I have to." I
listen,
was like,
though, if you should see some of the people I've interviewed.
"Honey, look, I will be straight to the point with you, but I will be prim and proper in that interview. You're just gonna see a little more ratchet side outside of that interview." I was like, "I gotta land it first." I was like,
Right?
"That's how they get you in."
You can't
And
let I can't let you see the trill me until you've
right.
already offered me the position.
And she's like, "Have you ever done that? Like where you've like interviewed somebody, you've offered them the job, and then you see like their true colors?" And I was like, "Yeah, for the fucking worse." And she was like, "Well, give me an explanation." And I was like, "I hired this one person." And like sometimes when I hire guys, depending on like, and this was when I was obviously a manager at, in retail. sometimes the way guys will not necessarily treat you, but like the way they talk to you when you're a manager in retail, it kind of gives you the ick.
Yeah.
But some guys just do that automatically and they don't necessarily mean it. You just don't know the person, so like you might be taking it wrong. And so then I was like, okay, I also think every single person is like not nice to me. So like maybe I should just like get this guy a chance. And I was trying really, really hard to like not be fucking skeptical. Like I was like, I don't know. I don't know. This guy seems like a fucking piece of shit. And I was like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. And they're like, oh, he seems nice. He seems nice. That bitch fucking stole money out of our register.
Oh, fabulous.
And then in the interview, he was like, yeah, I don't know why, but this Food Lion, this place, they just stopped putting me on the schedule. I just don't understand. Like I was a great worker. I did this and again, it's one of those things where you say what you need to say to get that job.
Right.
You
You
just
know,
prove
yeah.
yourself. And that's what I was telling her. I was like, as long as I prove myself and as long as I show that I'm professional in front of these homeowners, as long as I show you the like I have a personality and I can joke with you, then like what's the point? I was like, I was professional. You didn't know me. I gave you a good first impression. I've shown you that I can be professional with homeowners and admit to my mistakes with the homeowners. You've seen that I am a go-getter. Like you've literally complimented me. You're like, I am not used to this treatment. And I'm like, what do you mean? What treatment? The treatment where nothing, I don't have to handhold. Like I walk in here, you had everything filed, you had everything sent in, you had everything put in like on the desktop where it needed to go for both of us to access it. And it was out of sight, out of mind. Like I didn't have to worry about it. You've already contacted this person. You've already done this. You've already done that. You've already downloaded this. You started a spreadsheet. You filled it out. You had it color coded. You had it ready to go. You've already filed all these things. And you haven't been here a month. I'm used to hand holding. And I was like, I've proven myself, right? I've
Now
proven
you can see the
myself.
real me.
And we trauma bonded over some trauma. Personality.
Yup. Yup. Oh my
So
goodness.
I am showing the real me. So I love that you because it's so funny because she was like, she said one thing and then I met another.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you never
goodness.
know. Anyways, go hug a cancer. They'd love it.
They would, and they'll adopt you and keep you forever.
They'll probably feed you if you're food
Probably.
oriented. If food's your love language, cancer is your go-to person.
Which is why the Taurus is so compatible with Cancer.
Feed me, Seymour. I'm a plant.
Anyway,
Until next time.
bye.
Bye.